Hi guys, welcome back to Thingz Talkz. You will notice, I'm just going to start right off the bat, we have this way, a new little thing popping up over here.
Yeah.
The Humble Bundle partner. Any of you that do not know about Humble Bundle and are a gamer, especially a video gamer, you really should check it out. Humble Bundle is a website that offers discounts on games that you can get on Steam or the Epic Store, some of the other stores. They also offer bundles for if you want to learn to code, if you're into reading some of the D&D books or the Warhammer 40K stuff. They've got some of that. They've got anime sales. There's a whole bunch of sales going on throughout the year. And every one of those sales that they have that's bundled, it's you pay $1 or you pay $20 and you get so much of that bundle, depending on how much you pay. Plus a portion of what you pay for what you're getting is going to charities. Some of those bundles have designated charities, others you can designate who you want to share to. So we're very proud to be partnering up with Humble Bundle.
It says Bean Boozled at the top. Can we just hide that?
Yeah, we're just going to do that for today. And we're going to do one of these. That's my bad. We have this wonderful banner above us. I'll get to that in a second. But again, Humble Partner. We're a Humble Partner. The link is in our description below.
Yep.
If you want to check that out. If you go and you check it out, hit the link below. You're supporting our channel as well. You're supporting what we're creating. You're supporting us. You're also being able to support. If you go through our page, we are linked to help support a charity called Helping Women, period.
We'll talk about that a little later on.
So there's that. So yeah, definitely click that link below. You'll see during our stream the Humble Partner thing will come up here and there, just as a reminder. So yeah, we're super excited about that. Yeah. We're super excited to be partnering with Humble Bundle. We think their products are awesome. There's a couple of videos that are going to be coming out on our YouTube video of me playing a couple of the games from this last month. Humble Bundle has a choice membership. So you pay about $20 a month.
Yeah.
And with that $20 a month, you get anywhere between 8 and 12 games. Yeah. Some of them are like AAA games.
Yeah. And I think right now they're still running the promotion where it's only $12 a month for the choice package.
Yeah, I think it's 12. So, and right now, the last couple months, they've been giving you all 12 games. Normally, you have to pick like 8 or 10 of them, depending on what it is. But we're gonna be releasing one of the games is Avon Colony, which is a cool little space Sim City. If you remember the classic Sim City, not like The Sims, but Sim City, where you're building your city and you can like send things to destroy it. It's kind of like the classic Sim City. The other game that I played is called Pop-Up Dungeon. It's a game that I've been looking forward to for a while to get my hands on. It's a fun little roguelite game. Kind of a dungeon crawler with a looter where you're kind of upgrading your party. Really cute. It's got if you remember like the little like cardboard cutouts that you would put together, the characters are like that, and then you move them around like this pop-up dungeon. It's really cute, fun game. So those are going to be coming up. One of them probably this week. I think you were finishing that up. Yep. Hopefully the other one by the beginning of next week. Yep. So you guys can check that out. Unfortunately, we don't get early access to the choice games either, but we're going to try to, coming up in the future months, we're going to try to, within that first week, get a couple of those games downloaded. Yeah. At least do some recordings. Every once in a while, you may see us do some live play over on our Twitch channel. If you haven't already, we have a Facebook page. We are streaming right now to our Facebook page. We're streaming to our YouTube and our Twitch. Yeah. We can also be found on TikTok, which is mostly this beautiful lady's doing. We are on Twitter and we are on Instagram. And our Instagram is mostly the demon cat that you won't see running around tonight because he was being a little bit of a butthead. His ability to come and be on stream with us is highly related to whether or not he's being a butthead.
Yeah.
So there's that. I think that's all we need to say about Humble
this
Bundle.
video is not sponsored by Humble Bundle. We just wanted to let you guys know that we are officially partnered up with Humble Bundle, and if you use the links below, it does support us as well, which will give us a little bit more to get really rolling.
And I think we say in all of our videos we'd like to see what you guys want to. Obviously we're not opposed to sponsorships from places. We will be doing some more dice mystery dice sets. Right now I don't have any in order. I've been doing some research from some other sites. I think I have 2 or 3 more sites that I'm probably gonna order over the next couple months, a couple different dice sets. So and then if you follow our Twitter and I think our Instagram, we can put our top stuff on. If you're at least following our Twitter and our Facebook, definitely on those two, we'll put our top recommended dice sites based off of our opinions. Now granted, I'm a highly I like my metal dice. I think I'm the only player. No, Andrew likes metal dice a little bit too, but he's not consistent. And Ethan uses metal dice, but I don't think he really cares what dice he uses. So I'm the only one at our table who adamantly likes my metal dice. I think I probably have the most metal dice at our table. I think I'm at 3 full sets right now, plus a couple other random odds and end
I don't
D20s.
Even think I have a full set. I think I just have a random D20 that's metal. I have a couple random D20s. I have a random D6. I have 3 full metal sets. I think today the only dice I used were metal dice. So I'm gonna jump back to this above me, Princess, as we've called her on this channel, my little one. She turned 6. 6, the big 6. I swear it seemed like she was turning 16. But she was adamant that she wanted an LOL doll party, so we gave her an LOL doll party. So we just haven't taken the stuff down. We're going to be moving the little LOL dolls on here, and my mom graciously made this for her. So I printed it out, cut it out for her. So we're going to take the LOL dolls and let her stick them up in her room somewhere. But it just hasn't come down yet. So we'll go ahead, and I think this is a good point to transition into highs and lows. We can talk. Do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about the charity
real quick. Before we actually get
we get into any of our other stuff, with being a humble partner, we have selected for the charity that we want to support right now, and we may change that every once in a while. There's another actually charity thing going on in the D&D world that I want to talk about here real quick as well. But the first things first is we are going to be, if you support our channel, you are able to choose from any charities that you know of. The charity we're going to be supporting for our channel is called Helping Women, period. It's one that hits close to home. I can't talk a whole lot about my other work, but there have been cases where I've had to help women who have their periods but don't have any money, that don't have the resources. And of course, women's hygiene is important. Being a dad of a little girl and kind of stepdad to a little girl, it's important that they have the things that they need. And it's a shame that some women out there want to get jobs and want to be able to do the daily life, but to worry about, am I going to get a job and before I get paid have a period? What do? I can't really be using a towel to soak that up while at work. And how do you stay hygienic? And using a towel is very unhygienic. So Helping Women, period, they take donations and they distribute feminine hygiene products out to food banks and schools and churches and several other organizations.
If you're over on our YouTube page, the links are for their Twitter and their page are in our screen. So if you don't want to go to Humble Bundle and order a game and support them that way, you can go right to Helping Women in Need or Helping Women period right there. So obviously I have a beautiful girlfriend. I have 2 beautiful little girls in my life. And the work I do helping people, because I work in the mental health field, there's a lot of people who just don't have those resources.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be restricted in being able to live a healthy life because they can't afford to go and buy $15 6-pack of pads or whatever they cost.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know one of these days my little girl's going to be at my house and she's going to come to me and be like, Daddy, I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
And it'll be the first time she's bleeding.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to go get those things.
Yeah.
Because I'm her dad.
That's what dads do.
And I'm going to be totally embarrassed. I've worked in human services and I've taken human development classes. And I work in a field predominated by women. So I should be totally comfortable with the subject.
He's not.
So,
but it's just, coming from a woman's perspective, I did not realize the amount of, for me, that's something you don't think about. Every month comes along and it's just part of the program. And hearing that, especially with COVID, it was so much harder for women, and not even just getting out of domestic abuse situations or, running away from home or whatever the case may be.
Single moms who are struggling to just keep food on the table.
They're trying to feed their children. So what are you going to... Most mothers would sit that aside and just deal with it when doing the laundry or whatever. And, there's all these cups and everything, but they cost money. And again, if you are trying to get a different job or an extra job, and just that fear of something as simple as feminine hygiene.
Yeah, do we have to
could restrict them from getting a job?
Do we have to sacrifice getting our feminine hygiene products because we just don't have enough money to pay the bills?
Yeah. And,
so,
it's just wonderful that there are programs locally here where we are that do help with that, because, with COVID, there were so many more people that needed those products and, couldn't afford them because they were laid off. They were quarantined. They, their place of employment closed down because it wasn't essential. There were so many things that you just don't realize how something like that does affect the women, especially in this hard time. So I think, it's a wonderful charity for us to start with our partnership, because again, it's something that, I take for granted because I didn't have a job that closed down during quarantine. It was just another, it's that time again, and you don't think about things like that. So, learning about this charity, it's really wonderful. And I think it's a wonderful charity for us to start with.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other things. It was a hard one for us to really choose where we wanted to. So this was it. Yeah. But as a part of the D&D community ourselves, the other charity stuff that's going on this coming week, and I actually didn't talk to you about this yet. There's a group called Jasper's Game Day. I believe Jasper is a younger kid who ended up committing suicide because of being picked on for enjoying things like D&D and having some mental health issues. So his family and friends, and it's gotten to be a huge thing. I don't think they did it last year or this year, but there's normally a convention for it where it's just D&D being played, and lots of big name people like Matthew Mercer and the Critical Role Group, Mark Sherlock Humes over with High Rollers, to name a few. The guy who plays Shaggy in the live action Scooby-Doo.
Oh, okay.
He actually has his own company that creates maps and stuff to go along with the D&D content now. So he's played in a couple of those games, but
if you guys are interested, they have a Discord page. I forgot to put a link in the description below for Jasper's game day, but we'll go ahead and add that in here.
Yeah, we'll update
later.
that after the.
So Jasper's game day goes to try to help with suicide prevention and help people understand mental health through D&D and through something that we all enjoy. If you're on this channel, you probably saw the D&D part, which is what brought you there. But forewarning, we're kind of D&D, and Thingz is sometimes makeup, sometimes video games, is a lot of times talking about mental health. It's something that I've worked in for a long time and something I'm passionate about. Eventually, we're going to start working on talking about men's health and men's abuse. We're going to be actually doing a separate show for that. Yep. Where I'm going to kind of lead that conversation and talk about it because it's something that's very important to me. So those are two of the big ones. Like I said, we'll probably be talking about helping women period a bit here for the next couple months on our channel. If someone from Helping Women period is on, we'd love you to come and chat with us on our Thingz Talkz. Yeah. We do try to plan on reaching out to you guys here soon. To see what we can work out because we want to support you guys and we think you guys are doing good. And again, Jasper's game day, we'll make sure that you guys get a link to that, their Discord and their page there. If you're looking for a D&D game online, Jasper's game day's Discord is the place to go to find a group to play with. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I meant to tell you something about it before, and I was sitting here and
it's been a long day.
yeah. So I had been on D&D Beyond, and that's where I saw it. So if you want more information, head over to D&D Beyond. We're not sponsored by D&D Beyond either, but a great resource if you're looking for to get the books digitally, make character sheets, organize your characters, all that fun stuff. Yes, I'm plugging D&D Beyond right now, and we're not sponsored, but yeah, go check them out. There will not be a link to D&D Beyond in the subscription or in our description, but we will get one for Jasper's game day in there as well. So check out all the sites. Go check out all our other pages. And all of that stuff. And I think that takes care of our, housekeeping things. Yeah. We should be getting we're hopefully going to be getting a little more content out here soon. Jen is taking some time to focus on our channel and get stuff, some of the background stuff up and running. You might not see me quite as much with live streams, but I'm going to try to keep doing some recordings. My other job, I took a position increase.
Yeah, workload increase.
A workload increase, so I'll be working a little more with my other job for the time being. So you may not see me as much. She's kind of going to be the one in charge. For up till now, it's kind of been a little more me to equal. Yeah. I did. This channel is my baby. I did get started, and I've brought Jen in on it to help bring it up. So I'm kind of passing it off to her to kind of help get us up and going. And we need your guys' help too. So make sure that you hit those like buttons, hit the follows, leave us comments, subscribe, do all the things. Go to all our pages. Shout out to some of we've got Alexis Larkin, Melissa Klein, Night Owl Luna, Carrie Moore, my mom, Andrew Varkle, Blade Force Jasmine, I believe that's my dad, my sister. I know there's a lot of people who are related to us, but shout out to everyone who has followed us right now. And if you go ahead and leave a follow, if you're on our Twitch and you leave us a follow, we get a little notification. Even if you're on our Facebook or our YouTube and you leave us a follow or a subscribe, we get a notification. We'll give you a live shout out while we're streaming. So we appreciate everything you guys do. In the future, we are planning on getting a Patreon up and running. And we do plan on getting a Discord up and running that you guys can come and chat. And hopefully we can get some looking for groups for games in there and D&D and all that fun stuff. Some recommendations. I think we may look at other platforms that we can post some stories to, post some news on, post some information for you guys on. I'm not sure where we'll do that yet, but it's all stuff that's in the making. Again, Jen's going to kind of take over polishing us off a little bit. So, but we enjoy everything you guys have joined. If you haven't seen our previous videos, all of our previous live streams are over on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't think we have very many videos that weren't live streamed over there.
I don't think there's any up yet.
So we'll have a couple over there.
I do have 2 completely edited that will be up within the next couple of days.
We have the ending to the forest. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties, so we only recorded the ending of us playing forest. I think we streamed that off and on. So we do have the ending of that. I cry like a little baby. Forewarning. I don't do scary stuff in the game. I can handle, like, we play 7 Days to Die. I know what to expect. The forest wasn't too bad. I knew what to expect. Ending. When we got to the end, the game went from being one game to being a different game completely. Yeah. And it just messed with my head.
Yeah, it was a head game.
There is some footage of me playing BioShock. Unfortunately, I had to take a break from that because I started playing it right after I came out of the hospital, and I was having some issues with my blood pressure, and playing some of those really more jump scare stuff game was not really healthy for me. Plus, I was having some technical issues with the game since it's so old. But if there's games you'd like to see us play, some of the games that we're going to get from Humble Bundle, we're probably only going to play for about an hour. And if you guys want to see us play more of it, you just have to let us know. Yeah. You guys are as much part of this channel as we are. So if there's something that you really want to see, let us know. I am going to try to start getting back into finishing Cyberpunk. I don't remember why you changed positions, and then we started playing a lot of games together because we enjoy that.
We had the time.
But we are working on trying to figure out how to better manage getting our time together to game and getting you guys content around me also working. Yeah. So getting you guys content may again be more of Jen playing stuff or me spending some time in recording stuff so that you can edit it down.
Yeah.
So there's that. So the other things I think we had talked about doing tonight are we do our highs and lows, and sometimes on stream, sometimes not. If you go back about 4 weeks ago. 2 or 4 weeks ago.
2 weeks. It was just 2 weeks.
Was it really only 2 weeks?
I think
if you go about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. It would have been our last live, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no. We've done 2 lives since then.
Oh, yeah.
We had discussing jelly beans.
Yep.
And I burned my face off.
Yep.
So if you want to see those check them out on YouTube. Speaking of fiery jelly beans, I got to plug us in real quick. I'll let her tell you that story.
Okay. So my daughter is 3. Okay. Her birthday's in September. So I guess you could say 3.5. Either way. This girl is a ninja. I have always said that she was a ninja. And, you know, when she was born prematurely, so she still has some speech delays. But her problem solving skills have always been 150%. Like when people are like, oh, how are her problems? No, you don't give her any problems to solve. That girl knows how to do it already. Like focus on something else. So people don't really believe me when I say this, but I'm like, you have to keep an eye on her. She's a ninja. And so last weekend at Lovely Princess's birthday party, we had given his brother the boxes of jelly beans from the Bean Boozled videos that we did. Needless to say, it was the hot jelly beans, the gross jelly beans, and something heavy on top of it on a table that we're filming on right now in the middle of a room full of people.
Mostly adults.
Yeah. The 2 little girls were the only children here. Everybody else was an adult.
Yeah, because we kept it small and family because of COVID.
Yeah. And so next thing I know, we've had cake, we've had food, everybody's just kind of sitting around, relaxing. You know, Princess is starting to play with some of her toys. And, you know, my daughter's running around like a crazy person. because, you know, she had just had some cake. And
she's going around picking food off of everyone else's plate.
So, but, you know, we're just hanging out in the kitchen, that kind of like, we have a bar counter, and we're just kind of sitting there having a couple snacks, looking out. Next thing I know, his brother stands up and goes, "Oh my God, she got the hot jelly beans." And she's chewing on them, looking at him like, "What's your issue?" And then the hot kicked in. And she came barreling towards me. And I'm like, "Oh my God." And I'm scooping out jelly beans. Not one, not two, 3 jelly beans. She got a jalapeno, the habanero, and then the Carolina Reaper. Yes, my daughter had 3 of the hottest jelly beans in her face. So I'm scooping them out of her mouth so that way, one, she doesn't choke on them, and she had started to gag. So thankfully I was already by like the garbage can, and you know, Rob's getting her a glass of milk and she's crying because I'm like, "Oh my God, baby, come here," you know, and I'm like, "You're okay." And not what, she took 3 sips of milk, and 2 minutes later the child was fine. She's, you know, going and kind of like doing this. So she was warm, but she was fine, like nothing had ever happened. And so his brother comes over and he's like, "I am so sorry. Like, I made sure they weren't, you know, I didn't think she'd be able to get to them. I had something heavy on top of it." He goes, "Before I even knew what was happening, she put them in her mouth." And I was like, I've tried to tell people, my child is a ninja. Like, she is a ninja. You have to keep an eye on her because she never stops. Like, the only time she stops moving is when she's sleeping. Literally. This girl is just quick. And yeah, I was like, "Don't worry about it. She's fine." Like, you know, we gave her some good jelly beans afterwards so she wouldn't forever have like a fear of jelly beans. And, but yeah, it was just like one of those moments where it's like, only my daughter would manage that. But yeah, in one movement, she had gotten the heavy thing moved and picked up the top box along with the lid for the hot box and just grabbed jelly beans and threw them in her face. My child. Only my child.
She did not get to see the reaction of what a normal person should do upon eating the hottest jelly bean in that pack. Because Skylar goes and does like the wing challenges at all the wing places where you have to sign a waiver because they're that freaking hot.
Yeah.
So he popped it in, ate it, swallowed it, absolutely nothing. If you go back a couple weeks to when I did it, I was dying.
Yeah. And he had actually, his first jelly bean he popped was the Reaper one. Like,
yeah,
just kind of sat there and he's like, "Oh, there's a little heat to that, but it's not too bad." I'm like, "Are you even human?" Like, what?
So fair enough. You saw Uncle Skylar eat
it
without any problem.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah. Only my daughter
though. not but moments later when it was just Princess and I, though, I had to deal with a bath bomb explosion because her one LOL doll was in a bath brick. It was like brick this size. And it bubbled up over the container and turned everything, including my hand, purple. I think my hand was like purple for 2 days. It looks like I did something to like something purple and not a good. Now that would be blue.
Oh, that's true.
Not purple.
Okay.
Anywho, yeah. So we'll go on to highs and lows. And of course, she always makes me go first. My high and low are kind of both one and the same. Unless my car.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to have my car back. It cost me nearly $2,000 to have my car fixed. So, where I'm very happy to have a car and not have to rely on everyone to help me out, I'm very appreciative of everyone who has helped me out as well. And that's a lot of money
for a vehicle.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, like I said, my high and low are kind of
one in the same.
One in the same, yeah.
It's not fair. You went too fast. I didn't have time to think about it.
Hey, again, kind of, they're kind of clumped. That's not even a word. Clumped.
Clumped?
I meant clumped. I used a G. I said glumped.
Glumped. I think my low this week has been being sick. We had a skunk that decided to spend the night underneath the trailer Monday night.
Yeah, we're still working on getting the smell.
Or no, it would have been Sunday night.
No, it was Monday night.
Was it Monday night?
It was Monday night.
No, because I was sick Tuesday. Anyways, one of the days, the skunk smell was kind of like here. And I was like, oh, that kind of stinks, you know. And, you know, with it being that close to the house, it was a little more pungent. It wasn't just like a passing skunk smell. And so, like, all day you would catch it, you know, at certain times. And I was like, man, it's really making me sick.
Especially when you pass the girls' bedroom door, because it seemed to have nested for a night under their room.
And, but Tuesday morning, like, I woke up just so sick. Just couldn't keep anything down, couldn't keep anything in me. There's, like, you know, a South Park episode that, like, perfectly depicts what I went through with, I think they were at, like, the amusement park or something. And he's got a garbage can in his arms, and he's sitting on the garbage can and turning around and puking in the garbage can. Let's just say it was a disaster, okay? Granted, I made sure everything was cleaned up, but it was the worst morning. And then I just slept all day. Like, I was completely exhausted from it. Just slept all day. And, you know, and then Wednesday, by Tuesday night, I was able to keep food down finally. But it was just, I hadn't been that sick in years. I mean, and it was, by the next day, I was fine. I was still a little exhausted from it, but, like, I was fine. And nobody else was sick. And I'm like, what the heck is this? Haven't felt bad the rest of the week. It was just weird, like, out of nowhere. So I would have to say that was my low this week. And I'm sorry if that got a little too personal, but I have IBS. I've been sick since I was a child. So talking about things like that don't even faze me anymore. But I think my high, what would my high be? I think my high this week was seeing that we actually got approved to be a Humble Bundle partner. I think that was very encouraging, because especially being so small, like, you know, yes, we have all these different social media handles, but we don't really have a following. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have thousands of people. We don't have hundreds of subscribers. I mean, geez, if we got to 100 subscribers, I think I would be doing, like, a dance out in the front yard and making sure to put it up on TikTok. Get us to 100 followers. I'll do it. I don't even care. Like, but yeah, I think just knowing that we were able to get partnered is really a good step in the right direction for us. And I think it helped remotivate us. You know, it's not that we weren't motivated. I think it just helped give us that extra click, that extra dial up. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I think that would have to be my high this week. I think that was pretty awesome. So yeah, I think, yeah, that's our highs and lows. And we do this so that way, if there's something we have to talk about, you know, and again, me being sick this week was considered a low. Did it make me depressed? No. Did I feel like crap? Hell yeah. But, like,
this week wasn't necessarily as bad of a week as some weeks we have.
Yeah.
It's
some
important
weeks are a lot harder emotionally.
Yeah, it's important to be able to talk about those things.
Yeah.
We try to start with our lows and end on our highs. I know that doesn't always happen. But being able to end on a positive week, being able to take something positive out of a week. I know a lot of times working in mental health, it's hard, especially when someone's depressed or anxious or whatnot. It's hard to see that little bit of good. The good could be, for the whole week, a good could be, I found a penny on the sidewalk that was heads up.
Yeah.
Might be the only good thing you feel that happened in a week, but it's a good thing.
I do have another low, it snowed this week. It was 70 degrees, and 2 days later, we had snow. Didn't last.
Welcome to Pennsylvania.
No.
Welcome to Pennsylvania, where we have 2 seasons. And the other 2 seasons we should have are just a couple months in which we have every single season in a week.
Yeah. Yeah. The way I look at Pennsylvania, it's winter and construction. Those are the seasons you get in Pennsylvania, really. Because if it's nice enough, you can't go for a drive because every other freaking road is closed because somebody's working on it.
Because every road is a giant pothole. Yeah. You don't drive straight if you're sober.
You have to dodge the potholes.
But yeah, so if you want to join in the conversation of your highs and lows this week, put them in the comments down below. We would love to hear what your highs and lows are. We want to be able to support you guys. We're here to be an encouragement. You are a bum. Yes, I said a bum. It's an acronym for beautiful, unrepeatable miracle. You are unique and you are lovely and you're one of a kind. I think John Barrowman says it best that if someone is picking on you because you're different, whether you're a nerd, a geek, gay, lesbian, transsexual, whatever makes you unique and quirky, screw them. They're not. Be proud of who you are. Your quirk is your strength. You're a beautiful, unrepeatable miracle. You're a bum.
I like that.
I learned that one at camp.
I like that.
No one can take that from you. The problem is that those people who want to lash out at us for being different, they're just insecure with who they are. They want to conform to what society says is normal. And if you're one of those people, good for you. Be you. If that's who you are, be you. Everyone just needs to be themselves. I'm goofy, long-haired, bushy bearded, nerdy, gamey, mountain man-y pirate. I walk around town looking like a pirate. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. I don't care. People can judge me how they want. I'm me. And if you're not okay with that, well, there's the door.
Yeah.
Our policy here in our house is you be you. And if you're not okay with someone being who they are, you can get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And 100... I probably should be more family friendly.
No. But that's... this whole argument of, and I've seen it was fairly recent over TikTok the last couple of days, was this video of a mom saying that her son came home they had gone to the grocery store and he saw a shirt that he wanted or something that he wanted and it was pink. And the woman behind him said, "Oh, sweetie, you can't like that color. You're a boy." And, I've seen so many duets where, the mom was, of course, 100% supportive of her son. It was just he's allowed to like pink. It's just a color. But I've seen so many duets with this video of other young men, putting on their pink t-shirts and their pink sweatshirts and their button-ups. Let me find
my pink shirt.
Right.
And I will duet that one.
Right.
And my pink shirt will flip off the person who said otherwise.
Yeah.
My pink shirt's a college band shirt, and I was a trumpet player. We purposely edited the trumpet for the shirt to have the first and third valve down. If you know anything about trumpets, you know what that means.
Yeah.
If you don't, I'll let you go look it up.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just, something as simple as, a boy wanting something that was pink, or his favorite color was pink, or, like, he's a child. Like, I know we've just recently had this conversation that, a children's innocence is the one thing that both of us hold at the highest regard. We want our daughters to learn their manners and, be...
I am covered in glitter
all the time
on a regular basis.
It's everywhere in this house. We can't get rid of it. But
it multiplies quicker than rabbits.
Yeah, but the girls get to be what they want to be. His daughter is very much, a Disney princess. Like, picture glitter and bows and, fairy tale dresses. And let me tell you, that girl's got it.
We sit down, and when she's in my house, even though Jen's capable of doing hair, my mom's capable of doing hair, she will not let anyone else but her daddy touch her hair.
Yeah. And, my Stinky, she's a little more tomboyish. She's starting to love the glitter and things, though, because of Princess. But, Stinky is definitely one that if she rolled around in the mud and came in with it all over her, she wouldn't care,
Princess would be running to us.
Stinky's in the mud!
Stinky's covered in mud and trying to give me hugs. She's trying to get me dirty, Daddy.
Remember the time the Princess came to me? She goes... She's like, Stinky got bubbles on my shirt. And I'm like, okay. We were outside the girls were blowing bubbles. She got bubbles on my shirt. And I'm like, it's just soap. And she goes, but it's on my shirt. And I'm like, you're going to be fine, honey. What do you think we wash your clothes in?
Dresses, leggings, been doing dance since we were 2.5.
Oh, the girls, they're going to be the death of us. They're going to be the death of us. They're beautiful, though. Absolutely beautiful. Funny, funny girls. But, yeah, just, we want our girls to learn manners. We want them to be polite and cordial, but we also want them to be accepting of other people. And I think the easiest way to do that is to show them that they can be what they want. We don't go, oh my God, look at that person over there. They're, or...
My daughter's favorite game is literally a Dmd for little girls.
Yeah.
And we have a castle made out of toilet paper rolls and cardboard that we put together, and we'll sit here and roll dice and be geeky. She nerded out one Christmas because of a Harley Quinn baby doll.
Yeah.
Like, she's now, granted, she was bred nerd. Her mom and I met through a mutual interest of live action role playing, so she's a bred nerd.
Yeah.
She's already got that disposition, if you want to say it. I just think she got the awesome gene.
Yeah.
So she's something else, though.
Yeah.
But I wear bows, and
I have pictures to prove it.
Lots of stuff. The girls, if they want to braid my hair, they can braid my hair. They can, whatever they want to do, they generally can do. I'm limited to being allowed to paint nails because Daddy did a horrible job the one time. Yeah, I'm allowed to do hair. That's about as much as I can touch.
Yeah.
And I'm actually pretty good at doing hair. But I correlate that. I used to do like the hemp jewelry a lot. So I had to braid and macrame that. So the doing it on hair is a little bit more difficult because you have all these extra strands kind of going off. But even her daughter has got in a little more comfortable coming and sitting up on my lap and letting me do her hair sometimes.
Yeah.
So
as long as I'm not in the room.
Yeah.
As long as I don't exist, she's fine with it. Second she sees me, it's like, yeah, mommy, what?
So yeah, we are definitely a family of be unique, be a beautiful, unrepeatable miracle. Like, be a bum.
If you're not hurting anybody else, we don't care. We don't care. We're very accepting. So, but yeah, I think, you know, we've had actually a decent week this week. It hasn't been too rough. So, lots of things are changing. So, hopefully for the better. But yeah, I think, you know, our girls definitely keep us motivated as well, because every day we're here for our girls. Above all, you know. So, but
yeah, I forgot someone who's messing with our girls.
Oh, yeah. Nobody wants to see Mama Bear. Nobody. Yeah.
So, last thing, this is a D&D channel.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure some of you are interested to know what's been going on with good old Remselnick and Pie. So I think we haven't done a stream for 4 weeks, because the last time we did was after our last Remselnick and Pie. 2 weeks ago was off.
Was it?
Yeah, we did a offshoot, a one shot.
But okay, maybe it has.
I think 2 weeks ago we did the burn our mouths off challenge.
Okay. I don't know. I can't do linear timelines anyways, so like I don't know.
Anywho, you can go back and see all of our previous videos over on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Because if you're here, keep checking them out.
Yeah.
So any of you that don't know, Remselnick is a 2.5 foot, very bright green man bun, goatee, bright green hair gnome who's an artificer. He's got lots of different tools on him. He likes to tinker. He's paranoid that people are going to try to get his spells and his designs, and yet when it comes to anything else, he's not really paranoid about that shit. He's got a wonderful bodyguard companion named Pie,
which is I think I put her 6'6", something like that, Warforged paladin that basically was used for the war, and kind of don't really have too many emotions, and unfortunately I'm the one with the highest charisma in the group.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. I'm really just kind of like, okay, this one saved my life, so I gotta protect him. But the rest of y'all, like, I don't care what you do. Like,
we're a party. We're supposed to kind of. But...
we work together, but I don't care emotionally as far as, you know, I've got a job. Let's go do the job.
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, our last session, we did a one shot that was set earlier in the timeline of the world, in which we got a book which tied into this week's campaign session, which was really cool on our DM's part.
Yeah, that was really awesome.
But the last we left off with Remselnick and Pie and their party, which is a hobgob of individuals. We've got a paladin warforged, which in the Eberron setting really isn't necessarily too far off from what's in the community. So she's somewhat normal, although her colorations are not. You have a very eccentric paranoid gnome.
Yeah.
You have a hobgoblin wizard. We haven't really gotten a whole lot of description on what he looks like. We have probably the normalest looking humanoid in the party, which is a wood elf ranger. He's probably the most normal. A dragonborn druid.
Yep.
And a half orc fighter.
Yep.
So we're a hagtag bunch of individuals.
Yeah.
But at the end of the last session for that group, our hobgoblin pulled a lever
not the gnome that everyone blames for doing shit.
It's the crazy gnome's fault.
It was the hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Not taking blame. Now, granted, nothing super bad happened from pulling the lever. Yeah. The gnome did get us into the secret back door. The gnome did have the tools to add some air pockets to the items that we were trying to get to.
Yep.
The gnome did not say shit to get us in trouble during our debriefing.
Yeah.
So, yes, we're level 2 now.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who are new to D&D, I don't have things set up that we can pull them up on the screen, but I'm going to pull stuff up on my phone here so we can talk about it. One of the things that I wanted to do on our journey through this campaign, since Jen is new, I thought, why wouldn't it would be cool for us to share how we level up and how that process with you guys. In the future, I will make sure that we can pull up D&D Beyond so you can see how we do that there, but we will just discuss it here. I guess we'll start with Pi. So yeah, we leveled up. Basically this week we finished our dungeon. In the Temple of the Forge God, who I can't remember his name, and I should because I don't devoutly worship him, right? But I show reverence to him. Yeah, I'm a I forge and I tinker and I craft, and so there's at least some respect that has to go to the god of crafting, the god of the forge. Like, not that I'm an avid believer or follower, or Renzelnick's kind of like not a religious type of person, but there's that ingrown from being a crafter. There's that ingrown respect that you give to the forge god, because there's that kind of superstition that if you are before one of his altars and you don't show him respect, then your crafting becomes poor and not good. And
hopefully blowing up that table.
I didn't blow the table up. I was very upset that we were destroying pristinely made crafted table and glass dome to protect these things. Yeah. Like, if I had my choice, we would have left everything as it was because it was meant to be that way.
Oops.
Yeah. So yeah, we did that. We got a very valuable artifact that lots of people want, that could potentially destroy the world
again.
And we stuck it in a safety deposit box.
Yep.
And then lied to the guy who's our handler for our house. We didn't
lie. We omitted facts.
We omitted facts. And there was some people who were throwing lies.
No, we got that fixed.
Okay, well, we omitted facts. We didn't share everything with them.
Yeah.
So.
But we leveled.
We did level. So, do you want to go grab us some dice? Because we will need some dice.
Why?
Because, so, first level, the amount of hit points you get is set.
Okay.
When you level up to level 2, you have two options. You roll a dice and add your con, and that is what you add to your max HP.
Okay.
Or you take average. And we should actually ask Mark on that one real quick, if we have that option for hit points.
Well, we can always... Why don't we save the actual leveling up to where we can show it? So that way it gives us a chance to...
Okay.
You know, because we have all day tomorrow. We could...
That's true.
Rig something up so that way you guys can actually see
us do what we...
Putting in our points and...
So yeah, we leveled up.
which essentially means for me, I get a whole bunch of cool infusions I get to use. I've been looking. I'm the type in D&D who I'm planning like my character out ahead of time, and I think you've been doing that a little bit.
Yeah.
For as much as you know. So I'm going to be able to make a repeating crossbow that doesn't use any ammo. And I will be able to make a bag of holding. Will be one of my things that I can do. I have to go back to my conversation with our DM, which is, I have no clue where.
The group one?
No, it's a private conversation with Mark. Yeah, I had picked out everything because I had already talked to him about what I wanted. I'll be able to do replicate magic items, sending stones. Sending stones. Bag of holding pretty much has lots of space and allows you to like put just about anything in it in an extra dimensional space. And the bag of holding only weighs a certain amount no matter what's in it. Sending stones, they're basically 2 stones, and you have one and someone else has one, and it allows you to use a sending spell basically to send messages back and forth to each other. So it allows for some privacy there. And then the other thing that I was going to do was replicate item Goggles of Night.
So you can see at night?
I can make night vision. So I can make goggles to allow someone who doesn't have dark vision to have dark vision, or someone who does have dark vision.
Someone that doesn't have to sleep.
To have more dark vision.
More dark vision.
Yeah, basically if I use that, I'll be making like special eyes that I'm going to like replace your eyes with. Nice. So you can have dark vision.
Nice. Thankfully, our dungeon crawl was lit by magic. So.
I can see fine in dark.
Well, good for you. I can't.
I can magically light an object that's on you to produce 5 feet of light.
I don't want to glow. Here's the perfect target. I'm glowing.
I could put it on your hand axe.
That's true.
Or your great axe.
One of them.
Or your battle axe.
Hey, I have a dagger and something else that's bludgeoning.
I can give you my hammer.
That you could do literally 0 damage.
It's possible for me to do 0 damage if I hit someone with a hammer. My strength is a 8, which means my modifier is a -1. The light hammer is a strength-based weapon. If I successfully attack, I roll a d4, -1. If I roll a 1, I do 0 damage. I hit, but I did not hit hard enough to do any damage. It might just bruise a little bit.
I was going to say, it'd be like a 3-year-old throwing something at you, and I'm like, no, she's thrown stuff at me before. That kid can do some damage.
It's like a little 3-year-old coming and just kicking your shins.
Oh, yeah. If she doesn't have shoes on, it's not too bad.
Yep. I can do literally 0 damage at some point. So, I don't use my hammer. The hammer was picked because it's more of a thematic roleplay type of thing. I'm trained in smithing, tinkering, alchemy. I think is what I'm at. I think I have some skills in woodworking. I have some skills in herbalism, but very little. I've worked that out with our DM. What I have, like, what I'm proficient at, what I'm skilled at, what I'm not skilled at. So I did figure out that our potions we had were some sort of healing potion. Mm-hmm. What size of healing, we don't know, but I do know that they'll do some healing. I'm hoping that we don't use all of them, so when I get back to a lab, I can try to break it down and recreate it.
Yeah.
So, again, some of the crafting stuff is there's a little bit of guidance in Xanthar's guide for that, but it's kind of table to table. But we'll keep you guys updated on our D&D characters. Tell us about your current D&D character or your favorite character that you've played down in the comments below. I think we've talked a little bit about my past characters.
Yeah.
You've now only played 2 characters.
I haven't even played 2. I've played Pi.
I've
created.
No, you played another one last week.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That was I didn't get to pick that character. I picked a number 1 through 4, and I think by the time it got to me, I had 1 or 2. Like, so yeah, I played a rogue, and kind of liked the rogue a lot. So, cause holy damage, we were given level 10 characters for a 1 playthrough, and it was pretty killer. So I'm like,
oh. You realize why I like my little tabaxi rogue.
Rogues are fun.
And why the DM of that campaign, Andrew, hates my rogue. Because...
Oh, the rogue killed something again.
Yeah.
Oh, the rogue... That was me last time. It was.
But on top of the damage she was doing with her rogue, I also have a poison dagger that I get additional poison dice, to add to it. And I think what sold her on the rogue more than just the like straight up damage from sneak attack was when she critted with a sneak attack. So she already has a pile of dice here. I'm like, hold on.
We have to double that.
I grabbed some more dice. And
what?
She's like,
What do you mean you have to double that? I literally had trouble holding all the dice. And I'm like, I'm just going to shake them. And it was what, like 50-some damage or something? It was ridiculous. And I was like, man, this is nice. This is nice. So, but yeah, no. Because the other character I made... we didn't get a chance to play.
No, because Andrew had to
take a step back for work. Yeah.
And when he was able to come back, he wants to be a player for a bit.
Yep.
So,
which is cool.
This year, what you and Ty?
What was she?
Sorcerer? Shadow Sorcerer.
Yeah, something like that. So,
my favorite so far still has been Val, my first character. Valendal Colholin. He was a wood elf Gloomstalker ranger who was super antisocial.
Oh, that's right.
No, really bad because he spent lots of time in the woods, secluded from anyone, because he was like 250, and he had spent 75 years by himself in the woods.
Nice.
Because elves can be like aged to like 1,000, so like 250 is like 30s for an elf.
Nice.
So, Remselnick's pretty fun too.
Yeah, he is.
The one that I'm sad that I didn't get to play a whole lot of was Willow.
Yeah, Willow.
Little wee Willow. She was a gnome also.
Yep. The honey badger shapeshifting in there.
With a werebadger.
Werebadger, that's right.
She was a werebadger. She was what is the class? It's the Blood Hunter, or whatever Matthew Mercer's class that he made was, but she was a Lycanthrope Blood Hunter, so she was a Lycanthrope, and the particular kind of Lycanthrope she was a werebadger. And there was plans for that campaign of having to side quest to meet and find all the other were creatures, because in that particular world there weren't like a whole bunch of werewolves or a whole bunch of were-tigers or whatever. There's one of each. Well, there's one of each unless for some reason someone had gone rogue. I think I had come across were-rats that had been infecting other people. The oath of the Lycanthropes, you kind of take an oath to protect that lichen and not allow it to wreak havoc on the world and society. So most of the people who held the lichen, it's something that was passed down from generation to generation. And when you passed on the lichen, you had to undergo a trial that required you to go to every one of the other lichens and pass their tests.
Oh, okay.
But the lichen was passed on from one person to another.
Yeah.
So it's the same lichen. So the were-badger has been alive for hundreds or thousands of years. He's just been passed between people. Yeah. And of course, the badger, when he's out, wants to be able to feed on those lichen qualities. But Willow, while she was inside of him, had to kind of still have control and will. So part of my side quest for her was to have to try to kind of track down all the other lichens and take their tests to prove that I was worthy to hold the were-badger.
Yeah. Nice.
But it was a fun role to kind of play on gender identity.
Yeah.
She was a female gnome. The badger was a male gnome. But when the badger transforms, she transformed into the badger because she's female. The badger still had feminine qualities, but had a very gruff voice and attitude. So he was not always happy that he had breasts.
Was a female.
And did not have his very masculine part. And that a female was telling him what to do because there are no female lycanthropes. There's weakness. So, yeah, that was going to be a role to kind of play on that gender identity. And we played 2 sessions and that group kind of fizzled out. But shout out to Octavia and that group. I hope all of you guys are doing well. Come join us and talk about our experiences. Again, come join us live. Talk about your D&D characters. We want to hear about your D&D characters. Yeah. Tell us what kind of dice you like. Tell us about your favorite dice. Go tag us on Instagram. I think we want our followers to use the hashtag Thingz Dice. Yeah. So that we have like a following where you guys show us your dice, show us your character art. Yeah. If you want to create some fan art of our characters, we would love that.
Yeah. We'll have to actually like sit down and really go into our characters. And I think that could be something with our leveling up too, to kind of give more of our backstory and why we chose the characters we did and made them the way that we did. So
I kind of forced her into her role.
Not really, but he was kind of like, hey, you want to do this? And I was like, yeah, that sounds great because I've never played before. Threw me under the bus. This one.
I let you choose which one you wanted to be.
He threw me under the bus.
You said you wanted to be the paladin and not the artificer.
This is true. Come on. If you look at the two, paladin definitely looked a lot easier. He just didn't tell me that I would have to be the charisma of the group.
I was also hoping that someone else had chosen a charisma-based class.
They all threw me under the bus because they knew what I was. And all of them just laughed.
Fighter. He's pretty well-rounded. I don't think he really took a negative stat, so he's pretty well-rounded, but he's not. I think he's the next highest in charisma.
Yeah.
Druid, wisdom-based. Ranger, dex and wisdom-based. Wizard, intelligence-based. Artificer, intelligence-based. The wizard and the artificer both have -1s to charisma. I have 2 negative stats. But my 2 negative stats make sense.
Yeah.
I'm crazy and people don't necessarily want to be around me. And I'm short.
Yeah, very short.
I'm not always noticed. Which also means I'm not very strong. Not that you can't build a gnome to be strong, but my gnome is not. My gnome tinkers with things and makes alchemical formulas and use the tinkering things to release those alchemical formulas. And I just learned the alarm spell.
Yep.
Yep. So, anywho, I think that's going to be it for today. We love you all, guys. Keep being bumps.
Yes.
Again, make sure to check out the link for our Humble Bundle page, partnership page. Going there, buying from them, help support the channel. You are supporting the channel by following that link. But you're also helping to support a lot of other great things. Go check out Helping Women, period. Go check out, what was it, Jasper's Game Day?
Yeah.
Go check out all those things. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. Yeah. Do the follows, the likes, the subscribes. Do all the things.
Yeah.
Do all the things. And till next time, we'll see you. We're still working on this.
Yeah.
I am rambling on.
Yeah.
We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-byes.